name's Ted Harrison.
I'm Sky Edward.
I'm Jack Plummer.
Ken, I'm Matthew.
I'm Rossi and I'm third year computer animation.
I'm a third year.
Second year.
Third year.
Year 2 computer animation and VFX. The main reason I felt drawn to Portsmouth as opposed to anywhere else, partially because when I went to the open day I felt it was very welcoming and very sort of, everyone was very friendly, and I liked the building and the facilities as well.
On the open days I just really thought like everything the course was offering was exactly what I wanted, and I knew very early on I wanted to go into visual effects, and I thought the staff that I met here and the facilities were going to be the right place for me to do that. The course has a strong focus on the visual effects industry, particularly learning a visual effects film industry pipeline. In
first year we did like the animation principles, 12 basic principles. So that was learning sort of basic things like walk cycles and ball bounces, that kind of thing.
On the course we learn things from modelling, lighting, and then to rigging and animation.
There's so much variety in there, from programming to completely the artistic side of the course, and that's done so people can really understand what they want to do. It makes you a lot more confident with your course, that you're being taught things and your units are structured by lecturers who have industry experience and are making sure that what you're learning is relevant to what you'll find when we graduate and try and get a job in industry.
Essentially we've kind of followed an industry kind of atmosphere where we all have specific roles that we were focusing on to create the project, and I would never have had the opportunity to kind of get into that if I wasn't in that team.
Every unit that I've picked for this year has something to do with what I want to do in the future.
I definitely find it challenging as a whole, and it's like really entertaining. So it's a mix between it being challenging and enjoyable, which means sort of like you get really invested in it and produce a lot of work.
For me, modelling is quite a challenge, but we sort of have the resources and the knowledge around us, and you can always ask people on your course or the lecturers, and they'll always give advice.
So I do suppose it depends on how much you know already about software in general. But yeah, I did find the software itself, like from not using animation software, fairly easy once I knew the sort of basics to get around. And most things, if you don't know where to find, you can search it up.
I tend to like the more character animation side of things, because I like bringing things to life and giving them character.
CGI lighting and look development, because it can really confirmed what I wanted to do, and gave you the option to like develop a model, and you got to do the whole process from filming, creating HDRIs to actually integrating your CG object that you can create yourself, or you can texture it.
So the facilities, since I'm a courseworker, every time there's a problem that I can't experience and the students as well, we always give feedback to the university, the course board of studies, and they've tried their best and they're always trying to improve our the resources that we have in the facilities that we've got. So right now the facilities are always improving. So we've got state-of-the-art today computers like the Cintiq tablets that we've got, which is great.
There's not much that they don't have here. Obviously we got the crazy stuff like the mocap studio and obviously these TV studios, and then in the open access area the Wacom Cintiq, of course the drawing on the screen tablets, but then say if they're all used up you can get the ones that you just sit on the desk to use. And yeah, all the software is available and all of the machines are up to date so they can do whatever you want.
I've used the motion capture studio and the VR lab quite a lot.
Plenty of support that so outside lecturers and outside your workshops, if you want to become more engaged in this particular area, even if you're not studying that area, or if you just want to kind of learn it yourself, there are a lot of support sessions the university provides, like the teaching support every specific days, one-on-one sessions, and also the lecturers are always engaging. So if you want to ask feedback or you want to help, they're more than happy to help you.
There's also the lecturers and staff who have their expertise and stuff that they can come and help you as well if you need it. So yeah, it's not like you never feel alone as such.
They're also invested in our projects as well because like they know how sort of like hard everyone works on it, and they're the people who set it in the first place. So they want to see great work produced, and they're always more than willing to give a hand.
If it wasn't for the lecturers being that supportive, I probably wouldn't be doing as good as I am now.
Well, lecturers are always available during, while we're working outside of class time. They're always happy to come and give a hand and do sort of like small workshops for students working on their units, or just work that they're interested in working on. If we've got any issues, we can email them and we get responses. We can email them at any time and get responses sometimes in the middle of the night or on the weekends, which is so helpful.
The weekly meetings you have with them, the lectures, the workshops, everything. If you email them, they'll just reply instantly, if they can, even on weekends.
To be enthusiastic about what you're doing, you need to actually enjoy it, because there's a lot of self-directed work.
Obviously you need the self-motivation and the creativity to be hand in hand with that, because you need to be able to motivate yourself as well as coming up with ideas that you're going to want to carry on with.
Well, yeah, passion would definitely be the first thing I would start with. Basic understanding of, what's happening in the backgrounds of movies.
You need to be dedicated and hardworking, but that just goes hand in hand if you're passionate.